Here we are in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and today we're going to have a quick look at a 2014 Lagoon 39 owner version named Daydreamer, and she has 850 engine hours. And before we go on the boat, I just wanted to say a few words about Fort Lauderdale. You know, it's a great place to go on your cruise from because we have all of the boat yards and technicians who can install aftermarket type items, and we have 250 miles of canals like this and rivers, so there's a lot of private homes where you can tie your boat up. This one's behind a private home, and the owner rents it from this homeowner who rents it out. It's between $10 a foot a month in the low season, like the summer, but if you come here in the high season, in the winter, it could double. So you want to make plans in advance and book early if you can, because that's the way to save money. So let's go have a look at Daydreamer. She has a raised offset helm station with this enclosure that is nice to have because you can get the breeze when you want it, but shut the rain out if you don't want that. And this is the helm station with access to the deck or the cockpit with the electronics. And let's see, let's accept that. And looks like everything's in good working order. Let's see chart. And everything else seems to be working. And all the controls lead here. So, and you have a fast and a slow on this winch, so you can let the winch do the work for you. Single line reefing system, so it's easy to reef your sails. It's not like in the old days where you had to pull 2 or 3 different lines and have 2 or 3 skilled people doing it. No, it's easy and simple now. So here's our dinghy. It looks about like an 8-footer with a life raft, because you know, if you cross oceans, the insurance companies will require a life raft. And this has Yanmars, 850 hours. They look like they're in pretty good shape. There's a deluxe ladder. It's a little better than the standard ladder. And why don't we just go for a quick walk around the deck. Nice handholds up here. And there's a self-tacking jib, very easy to handle. And these are storage areas in the forepeaks that have hatches so that you can leave these partially open when it rains and still get nice flow through ventilation. This boat has air conditioning but no generator, so we could add one. There's room to do it. And let's have a look in here. Let's see. All right, so there's a downwind sail, a Jenniker. There's freshwater tanks. And here is where the Windlass Chain goes. Okay. Down there. And Lagoon has a nice deep well for chain, which, unlike some other brands who have those shallow wells that, you know, where the chain piles up like an anthill, and you'll get that chain halfway up and it'll jam up and throw the breaker, and you'll wonder, oh, how come it stopped? Well, it's because you didn't feed the chain down, because it's a design flaw, really. So here's another storage room for some outdoor cushions. And we'll walk back aft again. We'll go down this way this time. And with this 20 horse Honda 4-stroke, you can water ski behind that thing. All right, this one has 1,250 watts of solar panels that were added later, and you see how they mounted them on the hull. So, and one of the great things about this, besides making you able to live off the grid for long periods of time with the power it will supply, is that at the end of the day, when the sun goes down into this area, it provides more shade, which is a nice thing, because in the Caribbean, with the winds out of the east and the sun sets in the west, you can bake sometimes at the end of the day, because that sun is just beating down on you. All right, so let's walk over here, and here's a salon, and the compression post for the mast is nicely nested over here out of the way, and the galley area is over here to port, and there's a fridge behind here. There's a deep freeze in here with extra insulation, and we can get supplemental freezers and things like that. You know, you can save a lot of money going to some of the RV websites, because those are made for the mass market, and the cost is about a third of what it is for yachts, but they do the same thing. I mean, they're just as reliable. Okay, love the panoramic views. And now here is the master stateroom, and so as you go down here, we have a little sort of settee thing where, you know, some people say, well, what is that useful for? Well, you know, a lot of ladies like to put their shoes on while they're sitting down, and so you can sit there and get your shoes on very easily. And, you know, I use it for the clothes that I'm not going to wear for a few hours, so I just throw my clothes there. But this double bed here has shelving along two sides here. So some people, you know, it's very important to have shelving to them, because you want to have your space for your water, maybe your laptop and books, but there's plenty of room here. It's just in an L shape. And we got a little desk here where you could do some work with a seat that has storage underneath it. That's kind of nice. That's a smart design. And plenty of storage on these Lagoons. This is why liveaboards love these boats, because they're just set up to live on it. Lots of storage space out of the way. And these windows have decals on them to prevent people walking on the dock from looking in at you, but you can actually peel them off with no problem, which is what I would do, because I like the view. And if you know, need privacy, just pull the curtain over. And it has a dry shower over here with ventilation here coming in through this forepeak area. All right. And this is a nice electric head. Looks like it works pretty well. And let's have a look on the other side. And this side looks, on the charter versions, you'll see an identical setup to what you see here. So here's the aft stateroom with plenty of storage. And a bathroom with a separate shower over here. Forward stateroom. Plenty of ventilation. You know, a lot of cats are underventilated, and you go to the Caribbean and you're just burning up. But these really have the best ventilation that I've seen. I've seen people who are in the market for boats who will refuse to buy a boat because it doesn't have their minimum number of opening hatches. His minimum was 24, and Lagoon went down from 24 to 22 opening ports, and so he wouldn't buy one of them. He went and bought one of these South African boats over here, and they had a hull slamming issue, so he sold that one right away and went back to Lagoon. So I really love these boats. I've owned two. Would do it again. And so there you go. This is Daydreamer. She's asking $345,000 and is actively for sale here in Fort Lauderdale, duty paid. Come on down to see me or go to my website, largecatamarantsforsale.com. And if you come down for a day, I'll show you as many cats as I can in one day. I'll show you the bad and the good. And by the end of the day, you usually know what your favorite model or models are. And that makes it easy from there on out, because you see, I know how to find the best deals in the world. So there we have it. There's Daydreamer. All right, I'm gonna go do some daydreaming now. See you later.